thing. I understand that you got a small wee wee man syndrome. I got that. I understand. I'm
You know,
100%
and stealing
down.
all the money. I mean, I don't know.
You
Yeah,
got that.
him and all the other politicians. Well, what of it?
No,
Yeah,
he's
they're all
like
doing.
the Olympic champion of stealing our money.
Yeah, who cares? Who cares if he's
I
stealing a
do.
little bit or a lot? It's still stealing. Who cares?
We could get
Why?
other shit if they didn't steal so much. Even if they're stealing less, it'd be more for other things. I'm not saying that they should steal anything, but if it
Yeah,
was less, we
it
could
sounds
like
it sounds
have
like
other
you're
things.
happy with them stealing less, and you're like, oh, that's good. It's like, no, it's not good. There'd be no stealing.
Yeah, but like if I had to pick between them stealing a lot or them stealing less, I'd be like, oh yeah, let's
I don't
steal
think I
less.
want to live in a world where I have to pick between like, let me eat this poo poo sandwich versus let me eat this shit sandwich.
That's the
I don't
world we
want.
live in, man. I
I
don't know
don't.
what to tell you.
I'm not picking. I'm not picking. I've abstained.
I'm not picking doesn't help make anything better. So
I'm
unfortunately,
not
though.
coming to the table until there's a reason to come to the table. I'm not coming to the table.
Sometimes you have to fight for the table.
Nah, that's somebody else's.
Oh, here we go.
That's somebody else's fight.
Oh, there we
Really,
go.
everybody? Oh, I see what's happening here.
You
We have
find
never ending bad
you
guys.
find me the Mother Teresa that's not Mother Teresa because Mother Teresa was shit or whatever, and then you have that person fight that fight because every time you try to champion somebody in the cause, they're always a shit in the end.
Who hurt you, Spronk?
It's just
Everybody.
facts.
No, I don't think so. I disagree.
Yep. You know, I'll take that back. The only person that people have championed that I've looked and can't say that there's a fault in of any kind. Questionable decisions, but like hypocrisy, like and not even owning it or whatever, or a smear on their character. I can't really say anything about Bernie.
What about? I thought you were gonna say Hassan.
No, Hassan's a hypocritical fucking liar shitbag, and like you are on the goofy juice, and I'm not gonna talk you off that ledge, but you are indoctrinated so hard on that boy.
But you don't have a strong opinion or anything.
I don't have that strong of an opinion. 'Cause I'm not gonna talk you off that ledge. I'm not that's a fight I can't talk you off. I know that I know how you got on the goofy ride, and so I'm just like, okay, whatever. You'll come out of it eventually.
Well, I don't think so, but I appreciate your concern.
I died because I got bonked into the hell bump. Yeah, the problem with Hassan's doing that like kind of terrorist that you say is not okay or terrorism, and then you go, oh, but he's not a terrorist.
How is he a terrorist?
I don't know about saying literally like every single like terrorist group's doing a good thing, as long as it's against the people that he doesn't like.
I feel like you're just like not getting the entire
No,
conversation.
I've literally sat. I was so bored a couple days. I sat in and listened to his stream. There's not any more than like me sitting in it. Am I gonna say that the Republicans really love hating him and all that goofy jazz and literally like mock everything he has to say and whatnot? Yeah, they absolutely do that. But at the same time, they love him. They love him because he's just an idiot. He's
I
not
don't
as
think so.
he's not as big of a debating idiot as like the Ben Shapiro's or anybody else that's just like, no, I'm smarter than you. He's not that big of an idiot, but a lot of his takes are very questionable in alignment
They're
with what you
spicy.
think. No, they're very questionable in alignment with what you think. They're not spicy. They're
Right.
questionable.
I don't know how. I think they seem pretty logical and
All of
moral to me,
them.
but
All of them when
like
he's
which
trying to
one?
rally like ISIS and all the other like super not okay factions. There's like, oh yeah, just because it's against Israel, it's fine. And only in the context he's like, oh yeah, they're against Israel, so we like them.
I don't think he's like, oh yeah, we like terrorist groups because they're against Israel.
He's pretty much said that multiple times.
I think I understand what you're confused about.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Try to spin it in a way that makes sense. Go ahead.
And I think the reason it doesn't make sense to you is you don't have like the context of like the history with like Israel and like what they've done
I do
to the
have the
That is
history of
true.
Palestinians.
that. I have that
I don't have a
history.
lot of history with Israel. Yeah, I need you to be better at that.
I do know that.
So because I think his points are that like, yeah, these, now terrorist groups are like, they're justified in their defense of these people because they're the only defense that they have against Israel coming in and doing whatever they want and massacring them, taking their land.
Why would Israel want to go in there and massacre them? Israel literally gave them that land.
It's not their land to give. That's the crux. See, I had a suspicion you didn't understand. It's
I
not
did
their land
understand
to
because
give.
the U.S. like gave them that land and then it became Israel. So then, okay, so then,
It was not their land to give.
I know it wasn't their land to give. I understand. So what do you want? Who are we throwing the stick at?
What's the? I don't know. I'm not understanding what you're trying to.
Well, because I know it's not their land to give, but it just all right. Well, let's back it up. All right, then the U.S. It should go back to the Native Americans, but we're not gonna do that. We're here now, so we're like, how many lines are you gonna draw?
But the point is that they're continuing to do that. Yeah, you can't like. It's too late to do that now. But like they're continuing to take land now, and like kill those people now, and push them off their land now, so they can be like, oh no, now people live here, so you can't give it back. It's happening now.
Right, but that in everything there's also like an equal response thing. If you're gonna look at both sides,
Really? That's absolutely not what I wanted at all.
And I'm not saying like, oh yeah, it's cool or whatever that they should, kill people and like, um, do these acts of terror. His point is that like, when no other group is like fighting for the Palestinians, of course they're gonna turn to their like terroristic group that is fighting for them, even if they would prefer somebody else, some other group. But nobody is helping them not get killed, not get their land taken, not be, treated terribly
agreed. But
by Israel.
once you make an enemy of, because you're essentially like I understand it's not a good thing. Let's dip down. But I understand it's not a okay. Quick do the math. It's cool. But when you align yourself with the terrorist group, you're now you're demarking a line in the sand. So you now have zero capacity to get empathy from other people, other groups, other anythings, because you've drawn your line in the sand. You said, I'm going to align with these people because they're going to help me. Yes, correct, blah, 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 all that. But now you've made an enemy of every other group that would even potentially, hypothetically, even consider helping you.
I mean, that's true, but nobody was helping them anyway.
Well, yeah, so they're in a lose-lose scenario, regardless.
Okay, but like, so they're gonna do what's like immediately in their interest of like,
Yeah, and it's not a good look.
okay, I'm not saying it's a good look. Nobody thinks it's a good look. They're just doing what they have to do to survive. They're like, all right, well, nobody's gonna help us, so I guess Hamas or whatever is like at least fighting for us when nobody else is. So
Ham ass.
Hamas.
I
So we're
just
like
think I just think
sympathetic to that. It's not like they're like, oh yeah, we love Hamas. We love. I don't even think the Palestinians like Hamas. It's just that they're the only ones that are there fighting for them.
I like a little hammy. A little spammy.
And like I think what Hassan would like to see is like Israel stop trying to encroach into their space and take over their land and kill their people.
I think you could pair it the other way, and I think that Israel would also not like them to do the reverse and kill their people and all that.
Yeah, same thing. But like Israel's the aggressor here. That's my point. Whole point. That's like the crux of it. Is they're the aggressor. Israel's going to their land to take them out, remove them, take their land. They're not leaving their little area in Gaza.
Once again, they are definitely leaving their little area in Gaza. Number one. Number two, I think you can.
It's still the land of Israel.
I think no. I was gonna say I think you can do whatever you want to call it because it's like if you're gonna like do the demarcation of like it's not their land to begin with. Well, it's like well then obviously. So then it's like it's the land of Israel, but not the land of Israel because it's wrongfully given to them. Like you're doing the whole like we're just gonna go in a circle. It's the whole reason why they're in a circular thing that nobody wants to touch.
Yeah, and it's been gone like it's been going back and forth, but it's just like at some point it's gotta stop, and they're trying to have like it stop now, while there's like people can still like have it stop now. People can live where they are, like protections for the Palestinians. And
Once
that kind
again,
of thing.
all
I
I'm
think
saying is
people-
I'm fairly confident Israel's not the aggressor. It's actually technically the U.S., but we're putting it on Israel. That's why the U.S. is kind of just
no, it's definitely
keeping their nose out of it.
Israel. It's definitely Israel. They want that.
Yeah,
land.
they do want it, but at the same time, it's kind of on the U.S. for striking first and putting like that land in their hands, right?
Yeah. I mean, initially, but now like continuing it though, as we're like talking about now, when like who's perpetuating the. Why can't there be peace now? Is definitely Israel.
Well, yeah,
'cause they want the land.
one person fired, then the other person fired. The other person has a vested interest or a desire for the land. I understand it's a soup.
And all like Hassan's, I think, point was like, yeah, he would pick the defenders, the quote unquote terrorists that are the defenders, over the people like doing the genocide, like committing the genocide, continuing it. The people that have all the power that are like punching down. And people like to jump on him for like supporting terrorists, but like, who is a terrorist and who isn't a terrorist is very much determined based on like who's your side, right? Because there's a lot of people in the world think the U.S. is like a terrorist entity, right?
And it is kind of like what they do their business in.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, it's all speculative, but you know, we're considered terrorists by some groups, and yet people are super okay with continuing to be.
I'm
our
pretty sure
ally.
people just don't like Islamic teachings and how they like intertwine. Like, oh yeah,
Some of these
kill
is a
all
hot mess.
kill all the other people.
Yeah, well, those are like the fundamentalists, like the really conservative Islamists. There's like a bazillion, like at least
Why
a
am I
billion,
getting
like
pushed out?
people
Why am I
that
getting pushed out?
practice Islam, and I think the vast majority of the normal ones, yeah, they don't practice that kind of
work my way in there
Islam.
to save my life.
They don't think you should kill like everybody that doesn't believe. That's just like the radicals.
Yeah, but the radicals are also the ones that are doing all the fighting.
Yeah, because they're radical.
Well, as I'm saying, I think that's where you're getting your differentiation of like everybody knows why the U.S. is doing it. The U.S. wants money. They're a terror for money.
But yeah, but still, regardless what it is, we got our radicals in the administration right now.
Well, I'm just saying that
the terror for money.
The delineations are different, though. Not like.
But still, though, but the point being is like, so a group can be labeled a terrorist organization for one reason or other, and then be outcast or
Yeah.
not outcast as it suits other nations, I guess goals or prerogative.
Yeah. I agree. I don't have any.
And so Hassan was like,
shits.
yeah, I would pick like he's saying I would pick the defenders of these people. Yeah, they're terrorists, and their killing's bad. He's never said like killing's good. I would pick the people like defending
They're not calling
their like
rocket.
homeland from like the bad stuff that Israel's doing to the entire populace